This is The Long War. I'm Rob Bear, and joining me once again are my partners in crime, Kenny Boucher and Wyatt Turkey. What's up, guys?
Yo, dog, great to be here.
Yo, what's up?
Well, in the wild, wonderful world of Warhammer 40K, if you don't like the way things are, just wait a week. It'll be fine.
Mm-hmm. Like that one time we bought Screamers and Flamers.
That one time 10 years ago, yeah, I still got them.
Yeah, I know.
I still have a lot of things.
We put a lot of work into those. I remember that.
I think I airbrushed them.
Mm-hmm. That was some classic OG airbrushing.
That was some learning with Kenny
I think
101.
I think we used God, what was the name of that? Waywatcher Green.
Yeah, the glaze.
The
Yeah,
GW Glaze.
the old glaze.
Yeah.
I probably still have like 6 pots down here.
Mm-hmm.
I have the super pot of Devil and Mud still.
The super pot. What's in that?
It's Devil and Mud.
It's just
Pot O Devlin. Look at that.
is it just you poured a bunch of Devil and Muds into that? Like, how do you have that right there?
I have. I don't know, man. I'm a weirdo. I got
Is
the
that
Pot O Devlin.
God? It's preposterous.
You don't even want to see this drawer. It's like all old washes and glazes. Oh, here's an empty Devil and Mud. Oh.
You just can't bring yourself to throw it away.
Oh no! Wait, it's still good. It's still good,
Holy
guys.
shit.
It's got life.
Okay, here's how it goes. Anybody who's watching this podcast right now, there's got to be a giveaway.
Oh, there's another one. I got 2.
Rob will give away both these pots of Devlin Mud on this podcast by our last stream. On.
What? Why? These are like $30 each, bro.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Better than $30 each.
I don't even know. I haven't looked them up in a while.
So our last podcast is going to be the 18th of the year.
Next week, yeah.
Tune in on the 18th with a pot of Devlin Mud.
Stop. Stop giving away my shit.
He's like, under no circumstances am I giving these away. Because I will use these. Bro, he's never going to use those.
Nope. But they're mine.
All right, so we have we have the field manual came out with the data sheet updates. We've got that to talk about meat potatoes. We got new advent calendar OPness. Apparently last week it was pretty lukewarm. This week it was OP as shit. So we got some shit to talk about there. In addition to that, basic news, and of course you just heard me say it next week, last podcast of the year. Tune in.
A year ender.
Tune in to win $30 pot of Devil Mud, partially used.
Not real.
Seems real. What's up?
Are we gonna tease people with the new format?
Are we
still doing the new format.
We are going to do a new format, and I think we said we were going to practice the new format independently in the weekends, because we're not going to be back on the air on the 1st. That's preposterous.
We could probably go live to see if it would.
We're gonna go. You might see some practice shit on the 1st.
Yeah.
But
probably.
We're officially back on the 8th, not New Year's Day.
No, absolutely not. But yeah, because the next week is LVO.
Yeah, so we got a new format we're trying to play test with way better viewer interaction, more sustainability, more attainability. So look forward to 2025 and New Horizons. But let's move this podcast forward.
Wait, hold on. We gotta put a pin in that. So we're gonna be back on the 8th, but then are we streaming on the 15th? Because that's LVO. Y'all aren't gonna be here.
No, we don't fly till the 16th.
Okay, so I think the preview is on the 16th too. So I'm good for the 15th.
We don't care about the preview. Spoiler alert. Well, me and Wyatt aren't gonna be there.
Yeah.
No, what I'm saying is I have to work if during the preview. So
on the 16th.
On the 16th, yeah. So I'm good for the 15th if you guys are gonna be.
Yeah, we'll be
that's fine.
Yeah, we're fine.
Okay, so we're just back to normal on the 8th.
Back to normal on the 8th.
Carry on.
So, all that being said, Looking forward to LVO, getting back together with the crew. Me, Wyatt, Rob, all in the same room in Las Vegas. No exceptions to that. Let's roll out to the Cave of Wonders and touch nothing but the lamp.
Would you rather subsist entirely on Captain Crunch or Fruity Pebbles?
Oh, that's good. I haven't. Am I allowed to look at nutritional facts before I answer?
Yeah, oh, they're terrible. Don't even bother.
Don't bother.
Don't even bother. Fruity Pebbles are actually gluten free, so I already know my answer.
Oh,
But
nice. I didn't know that.
they're gluten free because they're not real food. They're like made in
I
a
don't
lab.
think I don't think either are.
No, they're probably. I don't know.
Like-
I don't think I can have Captain
Like,
Crunch.
I'm not gonna lie, Captain Crunch slaps.
I remember it. It
it's-
was good.
Easy answer for me, bro. Captain Crunch. Wait, hold on. I need to go back. Entirely sustain myself on this.
Oh yeah.
Like
Okay.
forever.
This is actually this is a mean one.
Hold on. And I'm not getting genie immunity,
No.
health immunity.
You're gonna get. Oh, you're gonna get diabetes,
Oh
dude.
my god, hold on.
We both are.
Captain Crunch
I think.
You're gonna
I
have
think
to like
Fruity
get
Pebbles
some,
is like
you're
25
nutritional
grams of sugar.
facts.
gonna have to get some vitamins, you're gonna have to work out a lot.
Yeah.
Okay. 14 servings per container. 1 cup. 1 cup is 150 calories, 210 with milk, 2%. 210 calories milk. Okay, that's okay. Okay. 7% saturated fat. 15% sodium, 50% carbs.
Oh.
This fiber, 3% fiber, 31% sugar.
Ugh.
Okay.
You can only have that 3 times a day.
Fruity Pebbles. Nutritional facts.
Man, I'm
Man, give me
worried.
some vitamin C, something.
I doubt it.
All right. Let's see. There's vitamin A, vitamin C. They have vitamin C in Fruity Pebbles.
It's a step in the right direction.
Bro, it's got to be Fruity Pebbles or you're dead.
Yeah, basically, you'll get plugged up eating that much Captain Crunch.
There's vitamin B. Dude, there's all sorts of shit in Fruity Pebbles.
Is Fruity Pebbles just Flintstones vitamins?
Conspiracy theory.
Yeah, there you go.
Holy shit.
Let's go down the rabbit hole on that one.
Could be.
What if Flintstones vitamins are just the byproduct of producing Fruity Pebbles? That's why Fruity Pebbles taste so good. Flintstones vitamins taste so bad.
Holy shit, you're right. Like whatever they do in the lab.
Yeah.
To make
If I don't come back after New Year's, it's because they found me.
They got Wyatt.
You won't get scurvy,
No.
but you will get the beatus.
You will 100% get the beaties.
It's got to be for longevity. Since we're not getting genie health immunity on this one, like.
Yeah, that's not even fair, Genie.
You got it.
I mean, you can take vitamins. You can exercise.
Oh, I can take vitamins. You said solely sustain myself, so I can take vitamins.
Subsist, yeah.
So I can still take
like all of your caloric intake is coming from the cereal.
But so I can still take like a multivitamin.
Yeah.
What multivitamin are you going to take?
In that case, Captain Crunch, because it slaps way harder than Fruity Pebbles.
Just doing it. Just gonna plug that butt up.
So I'm assuming the rules on multivitamins is like, could I take like my general suite that I'm currently on?
Yeah.
I've got like a B, I've got a C, I've got like 10 pills. They're over here. We got Omega in this bitch, which I hate. This shit makes me fucking nauseous. All right. Captain Crunch it is. That's one of my favorite cereals.
I like me some Captain Crunch. Don't get me wrong.
Wait, do I not get milk?
No, you do.
But does that have to be 2% or skim?
You can do whatever milk you want.
Oh, so I can actually get some.
I will only allow almond milk or whatever if you are lactose intolerant. Otherwise, it's got to be milk.
Dang.
It's okay. I'm feeling better about my choice. I'm either gonna get really fat or really skinny.
Well, not both.
That's impossible. That's why.
Not with that attitude.
Not with that attitude. Captain Crunch and water. Wolfsark. Oh my god.
No, it's
Oh,
got to be. It's got to be milk.
back when they were like trying to figure out what was wrong with me, part of the leeching was they didn't let me drink milk, so I had to drink cereal with orange juice,
I've done
which
it.
maybe I shouldn't have been doing the cereal in the first place.
I've done it. The cereal was the problem.
The cereal was the problem.
That's so
Got him.
ridiculous. And it's ogre.
Stupid doctors.
I love that NS Ogre brought this up. This is a crucial point.
What's that?
Mouth shredding versus fruity goodness. I'll take
That's
the pebbles.
true.
You're
That
not
shit'll
wrong.
rip the insides of your mouth.
Ooh, I almost got.
I like.
Yeah.
Almost
I think
forgot
my
about
favorite
that.
one is actually a long shift loft where he's like, "Who gonna trust? This like shady ass pirate captain or Fred Flintstone?" No, dude, he's like a member of the community. He's part of the fucking
Yeah.
Order of the Water Buffalo. I'm taking
Oh.
Fred every day.
Holy shit, that's a good one.
Fred's got a face you can trust.
I
Dude.
forgot about how tore up the roof of your mouth gets from fucking Captain Crunch and a Ogre. Thank you.
You're
for
gonna
that.
have it at least 3 times a day,
Thank you.
I mean, you
bro.
don't have to eat 3 times a day.
Thank you for the reminder. Can I
Just eat once.
can I modify? Can I like turn it into a milk smoothie? Could I take the Captain Crunch, the milk,
As long as you don't
throw it in the
add
blender?
anything else.
There's
that's
just those two
calorie.
ingredients. Blender. Drink it.
Yeah, dude. If that like floats your boat, that's fine.
Still on Captain Crunch. You want to talk about the most delicious glass of milk you've ever drank?
Yep. Or the what is it? The peanut butter crunch?
Yeah, peanut
The
butter
little
crunch. Oh my god,
peanut
you
butter
don't get
balls
that.
ones.
we don't get that one.
You get Captain Crunch.
You don't get that?
We get OG.
Yeah.
God, is Captain Crunch is the captain in Captain Crunch? Is he the same captain as Long John Silver's?
I don't think so.
No.
Because I'm diametrically opposed.
I think he's a fully distinct cartoon character.
All right. Just want to make sure they're not affiliated. Or at the very least, they're adversarial.
Oh, that's the other thing. Like Fred Flintstone is backed up by Hanna-Barbera, dude. It's got brand that.
Okay. Captain Crunch smoothies for me. What about you, Rob? Fruity Pebbles, you have no choice. You're gonna die.
Yeah, I'm kind of pigeonholed.
Can't believe they're not gluten because they're not food.
I would never have even known that. I just assumed it was going to be a really hard choice for Rob.
Yeah, I thought he was just like,
Sorry,
we're all
man. I
dead.
ruin everything.
All right.
Yep.
Well, Rob, you want to do some news for us?
Yeah, we got some news. Let's talk about the what do we want to talk about? Oh, well, there's the 21-inch elephant in the room, and by elephant I mean the new Joy Toy Imperial Knight action figure that went on pre-order yesterday. So if you were looking for a plastic PVC way to display your nerddom that is less than the Weta Workshop statues, wild, and about the same price as a Warhound Titan from Forge World. Well, just the body. You got to buy the arms separate. Then this one might be for you because it's 21 inches tall, 40 points of articulation, alloy parts. You can pay. You can pre-order it now with 5 easy payments, and they'll ship it to you in May 2025. Yep. Who's in? Who's coming with me? I know you guys
Yeah,
are
dude.
both in.
I don't need it.
You don't need it? Well, I
Don't
don't need it. I don't think anybody needs it. No? Nothing?
Nah.
I think Kenny wants one. Should we pencil him in for one? Since he's not here.
Yeah, you got his credit card information.
No, but I got enough to get a credit card in his name. Whoops. I said out loud.
I'll
Nah,
take 3.
I'll take 3. Put them on Kenny's tab. Oh man. So super stoked about that one. I want to see. I've seen some pictures of it at the Joy Toy shows, but haven't actually seen the toy itself, being played with. So hopefully they have one of those soon, because you know, you gotta see somebody playing with the toy you want before you buy it, right? I think that's how it all goes. Um, so there's that, and then we've got this week's GW releases are made to order Space Marine Second Chancers. So the what was it? The Space Marine Series 2, the Blood Angel Terminators. You can get the set of, or you could buy the old Command Squad with some couple extra characters in it if you so desire. Don't know the pricing on it because they're GW Direct only, but they will be up for pre-order this Saturday on their site. So look out for that if it tickles your hobby pickle. Me, I'm like, okay, that's neat. If you didn't get it, at least now you have the opportunity. And it looks like there's going to be some GW previews at Christmas time. I mean, last year we got Dark Angels on Christmas. Yeah, we got the Dark Angel reveal on Christmas, and then on Boxing Day, which is the next day, the 26th, we got 5 silhouettes for Sigmar, 5 silhouettes for 40K. That were, I think a lot of them were revealed at LVO, which is only realistically like 2 weeks later, right? So uh maybe we'll see some more Emperor's Children or Imperial Knights, something. It looks like some of the rumor engines are Imperial Knighty, so that would be cool to see some more of those on uh Christmas Day. A little present from the G Dubs. Should we talk about the animation
Yeah, we can.
in the news? So the secret level animation is out. If you have Amazon Prime Video, you can watch it for free. I think it's for
Yeah.
free. You got to pay if you don't want to see the commercials, I believe. Um, Pretty good. It's 15 minutes of actual animation. Definitely, a lot of it is very similar to Astartes. If you remember Astartes videos up on YouTube, I think our article we linked to somebody that had all the episodes in it up there. But that it was pretty good. I mean, no spoilers, obviously, because I know everybody hasn't seen it, but
Yeah, it was really cool. They understood the assignment as all killer, no filler.
mm-hmm.
And it's if I remember the press statement right, it's like a direct I guess not like a full sequel, but it happens like directly after the events of Space Marine 2, the video game.
Yeah, it comes after
Yeah.
the video game. I guess that's the whole like tie-in is it's the secret level or something. And then I think also a backpack or something dropped or inside the game yesterday as well. Of course, you can get rules for Titus in 40K. You can get Titus statues, Titus Joy Toy figures, Titus McFarlane figures.
Sick ass Titus tabletop miniature. The dopest Ultramarine miniature of all time.
I think there's a little room for improvement on that guy.
I will not hear it.
At least put the weapons in the right hands. Come on.
Shut the fuck up, Rob.
Come on. They could have done a little better. It's not bad.
No,
It's just
I'm not
it's
hearing this.
it's not like epic like all the covers of the video games and all the dope poses, and I don't
All
know.
right.
I just
Make a
I
post on
just
Reddit about it and talk to those people.
I
Move
would
on.
I would want nothing else more in life than to talk to people on Reddit.
Oh yeah,
Those are
you're
my
banned. It's because of all your bad opinions.
hmm. It's funny. I don't really ever talk on Reddit or post on Reddit the whole
Yeah,
time.
they
It's
banned you.
weird.
We get it.
Yeah. It's weird I got banned from one Reddit, by one mod with unlimited power that works for free. Interesting.
I have better
Okay.
opinions. I don't know what to tell you. It's a skill issue.
Mm-hmm. It is what it is. I wish I was good at something. Oh man. But yeah, no, I want nothing else than to post on another platform when I have my own. It's not for everybody, trust me.
Yeah, the ads are pretty intense.
Sure. Yeah,
We get
there's
it.
ads. It turns out you have to get paid, pay your employees a living wage. Who
I
knew?
don't believe you.
Yep. One day I will get it, I suppose. One day I'll figure it all out. But the one thing that's true across the board when it comes to this hobby is that we're all basically passionate amateurs. Because nobody, including GW, seems to be doing it right. But they keep making money hand over fist somehow. So that's basically, I mean, besides they put out their mid-year financials and shocker, they're doing better than every other year. Two thumbs up,
I don't
making
get
all
it,
the
man.
monies.
The internet said that 3D printing is putting them out of business.
I think the internet, well, I think 3D printing is impacting them whether they want to admit it or not. But there is there is money being left on the table for sure. Yeah, 100%.
Telling me that somebody on the internet lied to me, Rob.
Uh
I don't believe you.
I would say everybody on the internet definitely has some opinions about things. Whether that's the beauty of the internet. Uh,
Reddit has taught me anything is that people that are wrong get banned, and the people that are right stay around. So I'm going to believe the people that are still there.
true, true.
Can't believe you. You were banned.
Um, Banned from one subreddit on Reddit.
Pretty sure
Just
it's the whole
one.
thing. That's how it
All of
works.
Reddit, the whole Reddit's.
Yeah, you're not allowed back.
Oh, really? Is that how that works? Okay. But I didn't go there in the first place.
You sure? I thought they had like a no shirt, no shoes in the service kind of policy.
It's the weirdest thing, man. I don't know how it works. I still don't get how it works.
Just gotta wear shoes, dude. It's pretty easy.
I think if I recall correctly, weren't people like upset with Reddit and they were gonna boycott Reddit, but literally couldn't stay off of Reddit for a whole day? Wasn't that a thing? Maybe I'm misremembering
I
it.
mean, I believe it. It sounds like something that people would do. Um, it's kind of like boycotting 4chan. Like that'll never happen.
Right. Oh, that's yeah. Unfortunately, I have to go there and look for news every day.
You
It's
really?
yeah,
Oh, I'm sorry.
it's pretty bad. It's pretty bad. But then I realized that there's whole departments in the FBI that all they do is look at porn and record tattoos and physical descriptions of people.
I'm doing a pretty good job.
I don't know. I've
Kind
talked
of
to
want to
some
join
of
the
them.
FBI now.
Eh, it's not for everybody. But anyway, so that's all the news we have as far as like new stuff goes. Now it turns out not everybody's putting out new products this close to Christmas. They're just happy to have some sales and try to take it easy. But yeah, we got lots of rule stuff. Plenty of rule stuff, I feel like.
Yeah, we want to move on to that.
Yeah, but let me get your opinion on something. So does with this with this coming out in December, and we know why they're doing it because they want it to be legal for LVO, which is smart, right? And give people enough time to play test before LVO so it just doesn't drop and then LVO, right? Which is a big event that they're part of. So when does the next balanced data slate come out? Because remember it's every other one. So that one I guess will be June because June seems to always work out. So do we get a points? They said points every quarter. So we talking March because March is Adepticon. So it almost seems like they would have to push it to April So April and then June, which is weird. I don't know. What are your thoughts on that?
I mean, dude, at this point, I think they just kind of do whatever they feel like.
I mean, it's obvious because they're like, hey, it's once a quarter, but we're 2 months in and they put it out at the basically the end of October. And then now here we are 2 months later. Yeah, I feel like they're just kind of doing whatever. They're like every other, they're just hopscotch. Like YOLO.
Hopscotch reference. You said that
I
right
did.
after
I worked it in.
you said every other like hopscotch.
Yeah. You gotta skip C's.
I feel like if you were good at rapping, you'd be a good rapper.
Absolutely not. I can barely talk as it is.
That's a sick reference. No, you're right. They do whatever. I don't think they have a schedule anymore. I think they just say they have a schedule, and then it's just when they get to it, and not in a bad way. Like in a, when we can get to it because of how much work we do. You know what I mean? Like we'll get to it.
Yeah.
And usually it's I think it's really going to center around like, okay, it came out in time for LVO, right? Is it gonna if it comes out in time for Adepticon? I think that's a coincidence.
But there's another big event at the beginning of March too. So like it almost seems like April I don't know. It doesn't even matter. It's December. It's not even 2025 yet, right? So I'm just throwing it out there because I like to analyze
as Kara Quinn
patterns.
says, like, so yeah, like whatever anyone's thinking, Adepticon's not relevant to the competitive fucking zeitgeist. It hasn't been for a long time. The biggest like the 4-man teams it's their own format. It has nothing to do with 40K. Right. And the championship is a 1-day 4-round event. Again, with only 200 people. It's not like LVO, like 1,000 people. So it's not it used to be one of the most prestigious singles events you can go to. But
it was like one of the only ones
too. But now it still maintains it's the biggest event, but it's not just 40K. So if it comes, I think that they're really only focused. Global event coordinator really only cares about what he cares about.
Ain't that the truth?
If that makes sense. I'll say it to his face when I see him at LVO.
Hey, if you see him at LVO, he likes to get everybody to do work for
him. Hey, I heard you like to do whatever you want.
And walk around with a bunch of booze.
Or beers in your hands. Thought you trying to be a role model for the kids.
Nah, I don't think that was ever the claim, but I'm just saying if you're gonna
look, either way. I stepped away for like 10 minutes. I don't know what you guys talked about. Are you guys ready to transition to subjects? Or are you guys waiting on me?
Yeah. Well, we were going to talk about the balanced data slates and stuff, but then I was just kind of bringing up the fact that they just kind of dropped the. It just seems like they're like, hey, we're doing this once a quarter, but what's a quarter? What's a quarter?
25.
Thank you.
It's 25.
So every 25 days. Got it.
Every 25 days.
I feel like Warhammer changes every 25 days, regardless.
Yep, that's facts. Let it be said.
Because it takes folks. It takes folks, okay, so the balanced data slates are dropping right now, which are kind of like, okay, cool. But then we got all these detachments. So like, what if, another broken ass detachment drops? And then you're like, okay, so now I have to play test that and wait, for the rest of the detachments. It's just a lot. Like it is your hyper focus if you are at that level. And it's just like comparing things to like people in college are like, oh, I'm gonna go play NFL. Yeah, but are you're gonna be what, one of the 150 people that make it in this year? of the what 1,500 people, like 30
It's
people
like
on
a
a
million.
roster.
Like a million.
It's not a million.
Well, everyone in high school
Oh,
who's at a 5A school who thinks they're going to be in the fucking NFL, all the
right.
way distilled down to the actual 150 people who make it.
Yeah, each year. Yeah. And then like how long are they even in for, right? So it's like the same thing when it comes to like that level of competitive play in Warhammer. Like you gotta there's like a certain amount of people, maybe it's 100. I mean, you see a lot of the same names, and a lot of them are regional. Like you'll see the same folks in like England versus the States versus Canada, because that they want you stay local and you might go to one big thing here and there, but there might be like a handful of 100. So like, is trying to be first reasonable for the average dude? And the answer
No.
is no. 100% not.
Well,
I mean, if you're not first, you're last.
yeah, fair facts.
Yes.
But I mean, but also, you could say a man once said, "That sounds crazy, Wyatt. You could be first,
You could be first. You could be
second,
first.
third,
Third.
fourth. Hell, you can even be fifth."
It's true.
I think just trying, whenever I went to events and actually played in competitive events, I was happy if I got like top 20.
I was
top
happy.
25.
No, for sure. The thing is, like it's a side subject, but like
Right.
we started this podcast. I would say once upon a time, this podcast was more competitive than it currently is.
Well,
Right?
sure.
Like we started this podcast back when we were like hella competitive, right, Rob?
Yes.
Like, and we're going all the way back to third. And
Yeah.
the thing is that in all the, how many years have we been podcasting together? 2013?
Not, I mean like 12.
12, 11 years?
Me and you. Yeah.
And,
13.
and,
I
why,
don't know.
and Wyatt for what, like how many years now, Wyatt?
Like playing competitively?
No, like podcasting with us?
Oh, podcasting. 4?
No, like
6.
2019.
It's been
Yeah,
a
like
minute.
5 or 6.
Oh shit. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Time has no meaning here.
Yeah, like it's been a minute. So like
That's all fucked up.
and all okay, so
Same.
all the way back to the beginning,
Yeah.
which includes Wyatt's history to now. How many times have we won a GT, guys?
Well,
Not since 8th for me.
No, I mean like since we've been podcasting. How many
Oh,
times have we won a
no.
GT? It's a 0, guys. We haven't won a GT.
No. Mm-mm.
So I'm gonna go with even at our hypest, while we've been talking about this, at our most fucking rehearsed, our most fucking prepared, like 5-1, that's our best. So this whole game is about just winning more games than you lose. That's the dream. That's it.
Well, I mean, that's what GW aspires the balance to. Even they're like, we want them between like 45 and 55% or something. So like, they just want everybody to be at 500.
It's fun. Joker Bravos as well. I thought Joe Rogan invented podcasts.
Did y'all see who the number 1 podcast is now? It's not Joe Rogan.
Is it a history podcast or is it?
No, it's Jason Kelsey's wife's podcast.
Wow.
Yeah, both the brothers are on there.
I have no idea about podcasting. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I don't listen to podcasts. I listen to audiobooks.
All right. I think we've lost the fucking point here.
What is the point? Oh,
I asked Rob to speedrun the news, and he's fucking holding me hostage right now.
I was done like an hour ago.
Yeah. If I had a wrap it up box, I'd be holding it up right now. Let's move on.
That's it. I'm done, man. Let's talk about the
Some new detachments.
yeah.
All right. So how many have come out in the last week? Like
I think we're on day 11 right now.
So 4 or 5. So we had the Necrons one, the Grey Knights, the Knights, Chaos Knights,
Yeah, it's
add
nice.
back.
Was
Space Marines today. Am I forgetting one?
no, I think that's all this week. Maybe it was Custodians
Oh,
this week
Death
or
Watch.
last. Oh yeah, Death Watch Index.
Yeah. So a lot of stuff. I'm sure if you haven't already found it, you can find it pretty easy if that's one of your factions got your Grotma stay present already. Um, so we have been seeing that there's kind of a disparity with these detachments. There's definitely like I guess with GW being British and really liking their classist systems, they really like having haves and have nots. And so we're just right back to that with examples like the Necrons attachment, the Star Shatter Arsenal coming out and just being absolutely cracked. Just they took Necrons and just gave them an entire gallon of TRT. And then we get stuff like, oh, we're all eagerly awaiting the Space Marines. What do they get? And it's this like librarious conclave that's awful.
Yeah,
Just
but the Space Marines got a bunch of cool stuff in the balanced data slate.
yes, we'll get there. However,
Okay.
that is not the case for everybody, Rob. It's
Okay,
just
okay,
an
okay.
example, right? So I mean, like you could be Death Guard, where we're just like, this is worse
This is
than the
playable.
index that we
This
had,
this is playable, I guess.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, if we're
Death Guard
playing
one was
Crusade
kind of
games, this is great. This is like, I'll take this to my next narrative event. It'll be awesome.
oof.
Uh, so I don't know, like the hype has definitely died down for me with the Grotmus stuff.
I,
So why is the Necron detachment? Everyone's saying it's the Necron detachment, and then there's
yeah,
everyone
that's
else,
the
and there's everyone
It
else.
it like buffs their strongest units. It's got a really amazing suite of rules. Like it lets units that were previously held back by core mechanics of the game ignore those. Like the Silent King, he's a vehicle model. What are vehicle models not supposed to be able to do? Pass through terrain.
Yeah,
What can he do now? Pass through terrain.
they
So
just
SCV
said
issues.
that like he can just do that.
yeah, it's one of their things. So the detachment rule is relentless onslaught. Each time a Necron model from your army makes an attack that targets a unit within range of one or more objective markers, add one to the hit roll. In addition, ranged weapons equipped by Necron's vehicle and Necron's mounted units, excluding Titanic models, gain the assault ability. So here's an example. Doomsday Arcs. Typically, they're a really strong unit, but they have to sit really far back and they have to sit still because their weapons are heavy.
Mhm.
Now,
The
when
plus
you
when they
target
hit
some,
against something on objective,
yeah, so
and
they can advance and hit on twos.
because they're
Yeah,
assault weapons, and
Necron vehicles and mounted get assault roll.
oh my god,
They've got some pretty solid enhancements.
Mm.
There's a reactive move. So your opponent's shooting phase just after an enemy unit has shot. One Necron's unit from your army, excluding Titanic, that was the target of one or more of the attacking unit's attacks can make a normal move of up to d6 or up to 6 inches instead if it is a mounted or vehicle unit. So now the Silent King can pop out,
just D6.
live his thug life. He's a vehicle unit, so he gets full 6. So now he can just go right back on the other side of that wall. Or I'm gonna go push onto this
Fire.
objective
He's
now.
got fire and fade.
Yeah,
Mhm.
but it's reactive to your opponent's shooting phase. So like the out of
So
sequence,
it's not as doesn't cost you resource.
it's kind of crazy, right?
Holy shit,
Um,
that's not even fair.
Yeah, that's
you get there's another one that gives you shooting or fight phase. Necrons, you like they just don't want you to do this with monoliths, so they're excluding Titanic with all this shit. So one Necron's unit that's not been selected to shoot or fight till the end of the phase. Each time a model in your unit makes an attack, if the target of that attack is within range of one or more objective markers, you get +1 to wound. So like now all of a
Wound
sudden, oh hey,
manipulation.
you're sitting on an objective. My DDA gets +1 to hit, 1 CP, +1 to wound as well. Like Silent King applies for that. Like it's pretty
Because
nasty.
holy shit. Okay, thank you for bringing it down. You've answered my question. Why are people
mhm.
saying It's Necrons and everyone else. This is why.
So Necrons were already kind of one of the top dogs.
They were already a top dog.
Yeah.
This came out. This is buffing a lot of their units that are already really powerful, right? We look at the balanced data slate. Let me find the page that. Here it is.
Oh, hold on a
So,
second,
like-
real quick. 1+A's. Classic. Necrons won't have a billion CP for all these rules. They're not Gilliman and Marnius, lol. Classic. 1+A's who plays Necrons. They're not that OP, guys. Marnius is more OP. Bitch ass.
So I mean, like, you look at the point stuff, they're pretty good out of the side of points. So things like the Nightbringer and the Void or Void Dragon and Transcendent Satan, they went up a little bit. But a lot of the stuff that is going to be popular in Star Shatter stayed the same.
Well, there's probably a reason for that, obviously.
You know what? Actually, now that I think about it, it's unplayable garbage. Move on. 1+A is right. No one's gonna win with this trash.
Yeah, and so it's just like they're in a position, and also Hypercrypt got changed slightly where you can pick up one less unit, but I mean, a lot of times you had two units that mattered and one that didn't matter, so it's not like a crazy nerf. And so it's just they made out like bandits is really what it comes down to.
Made out like bandits. So you're taking a list that was, or you're taking an army that was already good.
Didn't need any help. Like,
Didn't
to be
need
clear,
and made it better.
it's just like really good.
This is why everyone's upset. Got it. All right, let's take a commercial break. Talk to our sponsors, and let's come back. Let's talk about some of these other set of rules that dropped.
There's just a few
that balance the game. And we're back. This is the Long War Podcast where we talk shit about Necrons endlessly. They're garbage.
Play Necrons, you little bitch boy.
Yeah.
If you were gonna name something that balanced the game, like would it be like a slate, like with data, maybe
a data slate balancer?
A downloadable balancer slate.
Mm-hmm.
That's catchy.
So now I will say, going back to 1+A's and me continuously making fun of this guy, he did say something that does make sense. Hypercrypt got gutted.
Yes.
So that's the first. That's the first thing.
Disagree.
That was the first thing he said that is actually, because he always leads wrong. He always goes like, "Oh, it's not." As
I don't think Hypercrypt got gutted. I really don't.
Well,
like
no.
All the units that were strong before are still strong.
Why
They're not?
Why haven't they been gutted?
Because they haven't been nerfed.
That's my lead-in to the balance, the data balance, the balanced data information.
The datalyzer.
The datalyzer. Did they change deep striking?
Oh, did they?
What do you mean?
Just a little bit.
Oh, okay. So yeah, core rules updates in the balanced data slate. Probably the biggest thing that everybody is going to latch onto immediately is everything in the game, with the exception of the Sanguinor, maybe a few others that slipped through the cracks. But if it was a 3-inch deep strike, it's now a 6-inch deep strike.
Which is why 1+A said he would it. All joking aside, 1+A's, he's a writer, he's an author for Spiky Bits. He just came back from Worlds. He's a top tier player. He plays Necrons. I talk shit about this guy endlessly because I love this guy. He's a Necron player. So the reason he says that is obviously Hypercrypt is used to 3-inch deep striking. They don't get that anymore. They get 6-inch deep striking. I'll give him because I love being I love being a broadcaster because I get to manipulate how information is broadcasted because it's a one-way conversation with chat. So I can endlessly make 1+A's look like a bitch ass. Because I don't have to read what he writes, only some things, and then react to them. But
so it's like you're a Reddit mod.
I am God. I was bred to be a Reddit mod, dude. If I was different place, different time, you know what I'm saying? I'd be the greatest of all time. But Wobla says is stating that he feels like that shit got gutted. He's saying Monolith is large. I still think Star Shatter is great, but I just hope no one brings a Calidus. Um,
I don't think they are
So
for
here's the
the
thing, right?
stratagem.
Yeah, so technically, unless you're playing into an army that is just like custodies and have no screening units, you can't put the monolith behind them anymore. But you can still put it within 6 inches and then pile 2 fucking shooting units out of it that also break the 9-inch deep strike rule for free. And then they just blast whatever they want to, regardless of whether they're 3 inches away or 6 inches away. Like, it doesn't matter.
So
Mm-hmm.
did he even play Hypercrypt? Now, what plus says, did you play Hypercrypt? Do you think this is going to affect your decision moving forward? Are you going to play Shatterstar, or are you going to continue playing Hypercrypt in this
Ooh.
case? I'd like to hear from an expert on the subject. So, but moving forward, we'll circle back to that. Wyatt, give me some positive, negative, positive action here.
So, I mean, like, the change to the core rules is positive, right? Because, like, 3 inches was a very divisive deep strike rule because there's a lot of factions that simply don't have access to it. Like, they're like, everybody gets 3-inch deep strike except for you, and you, because fuck you, right? And then alternatively, there's some factions that have teleport scramblers, the rule that makes you not be able to come in within 12.
Mm-hmm.
Again, not everybody has access to that. There's a lot of disparity between all the factions. So it's just like, man, this fucking sucks. This doesn't feel good. So changing it to 6 inches still lets you do a lot of crazy shenanigans, but it feels more fair than the 3-inch thing. And so overall, good thing. No negatives.
Are we just not gonna make any jokes about everybody going from 3 inches to 6?
It seems to be a mistake on our part.
I feel, I feel like dude's been paying good money for that for a number of years.
You're right. Hold on a second.
Let's see. All you 3-inchers out there lost some inches. That sucks, man. It's rough. Sorry.
Well, all you 6-inchers out there lost some inches, I think.
No, because
because now
you lost if you were 3 inches. Now you have to be 6 away, so you lost.
But now,
something.
now a standard 6er is the same as an old 3er.
Yeah, the great equalizer, dude. So like, yeah.
So that got this the 6er, the natural 6er, the natty 6er, is coming out small in the end of this. Right?
Big is the new small.
Only the natty 3 looks big. Who has a 9-inch deep strike? That guy slaps. Everybody else. Anybody who comes with a natty 9, that dude fucking slaps.
Yeah, just a
9.
Just a
9
bitch-ass
is
9-inch.
Yeah, 9 is a lot of anything, no matter how you slice it.
Right.
Same. Yeah, I got a 9-inch deep strike.
Mm-hmm. Now,
what's
like a peasant?
Negatives?
Another cool core rule change: stratagems that worsen armor penetration. So,
here we go.
Mainly Armor of Contempt. There's a number of them out there. A lot of factions have this. So all of those have changed. You can still use them. They still function the same way, with the exception that it's only for one activation. It's not the entire shooting phase. It's not the entire fight phase. It's one activation.
Mm-hmm.
That's a big one. That's a big one. We talked about that earlier in the pregame show. AOC, Armor of Contempt, was a very hot topic, controversial season. What was that? What was that? Nephilim? In 9th edition 40K?
Yeah,
Nephilim. Yeah.
That was a exciting season, guys. That was when shit went down. I mean, they made a lot of changes. In that, Armor of Contempt was controversial. And it stayed in the game moving to the 10th. As a stratagem for a lot of people, etc. It wasn't like this USR. They had to take the USR out moving seasons, like when we left Nephilim, because it was too OP. So we know how OP a armor manipulation rule can be. And so it's interesting that they felt that it was still oppressive when I have not that I don't have that experience. I'd like to hear from chat while we're live. If anyone has had an experience feeling oppressed by armor content to the point where it needs to be a baitable stratagem where you're like, it's just this instance, and I'm like, I shot you with this bullshit, and now you don't have it. Like, I feel like it's a pretty good defensive stratagem and pretty fair and balanced.
Yeah, this is one of the things we talked about in the pre-show where like I really wish that Games Workshop would give us like patch notes, designer commentary, whatever you want to call them, on some of these decisions. And I mean, like, you're still welcome to disagree or agree with it, but I think the effort of saying like we decided to make this change because blah blah blah. I think that sentiment would be appreciated, even if you still disagree with their decision to do so, because this feels like a bad change.
Yeah, it's funny. Someone in chat, keep it. Happa says orcs mostly felt the -1 AP. It really felt the pain of always being AP 0 against AOC. So there, thank you. So there's an orc player that hurt. Easy peasy immediately says didn't really care about it before nerf. Kara Quinn says go fight Dark Angels Knights with 2+, 4++, -1 damage and AOC. Kind of impressive. Okay, there's a couple examples. Thank you guys. Longship losses, I think, is a huge buff to armies that don't have it, especially shooting armies. Like the Eldars love this change. Okay, so those
are some fair points. I'd say
points,
like if the one cherry picking thing is Space Marines, then just change Space Marines. But the problem is this changes everybody. So this is like they list out so there's Armor Contempt, Shield of Aversion, Unfailingly Obdurate, Reforced Hive Node, etc. So it's also including
anything
like Void
that
Armor, right? So like if it was oppressive because Deathwing Knights exist, then change Deathwing Knights. If it's oppressive because like a lot of stuff in Codex Space Marines, then you nerf it. But you don't also change Void Armor and the CSM one and like
why
everybody
that's a
else's.
good point. We've talked about this before.
So fucking stupid.
Change the points.
GW is fond of broad strokes that fix specific problems. They have been for what do we say, 12 years now we've been podcasting?
Generally, yeah.
So they love that shit. They love it when they can make a statement that fixes everything. But that rarely is the case. As Wyatt has mentioned, the real solution is to just ask people. We asked people for 1 second, and we got 4 examples of oppression that make sense, that are very valid, that could individually be detail stroked. Hey, these fucking goddamn Deathwing Knights, that's too much. They get this version of it. You know, like blah blah blah. I think you guys all understand what I'm saying. Like GW likes a clean solution. It's oftentimes not a clean solution, and it hurts a lot of factions that are not the offender.
Because like mechanically, when you're playing the game, like if I had Deathwing Knights on the table and they're in cover, I'm usually not gonna waste CP and Armor Contempt because almost everything that is being devoted to doing damage to those guys, unless it's like AP2 with multi damage, I really don't care about Armor Contempt because it's gonna push you to a 4-up invul save anyways. So it's like a waste of CP to do it. So it's like if it's AP1, I ignore that because of cover and back to a 2-up. If it's no AP, you're always a 2-up. If it's AP2, it goes to AP1, and you're on a 3-up. And so it's like, unless they're just blasting you with like really high volume AP2 multi damage, there's really no reason to play that on stuff like Deathwing Knights or regular Terminators or Blade Guard veterans, things of that nature. So it's
Yep.
like, is it really that big of a deal when it's still only on one unit? And as the opposing player, you can kind of bait that out and then schwack something else. So I don't know. Like, I would accept if you wanted to change it specifically for Codex Space Marines, fine. Okay. But also taking it away from all these other factions is like egregious.
Okay. I will acknowledge that I believe it's a fail. The fact that the detail should be applied to this, like for sure. Like as uh, Keep It Happa says, stacking with the cover is a problem. That's a much more detailed stroke. Like you use the armor or you use the cover, not both. You know what I mean? Like there's lots of ways to approach this that are cleaner. So that's a negative. We're not entirely on board with that change, even though I know a lot of people at home who don't play Marines or somebody who benefits from this rule are like, hell yeah, dude. But then there's a whole group of other people who say, like, I've never even seen this. This doesn't even affect me. So, fail. Let's move on to a positive.
Yeah, so there was a lot of stuff in this data
Vultures.
slate, right? Positive thing. Sisters of Battle, absolutely dumpstered. Great job, GW. Appreciate you guys. Custodies got a little glow up.
Right,
Jet
their
bikes.
bikes slap now.
Yeah, jet bikes pretty
Well,
cool. I mean, they're still crazy expensive because they're custodies,
well, I
but
think they
very
raised
cool.
the points too.
They
When you
made
do
them
it.
better
Yeah.
and raised the points because
Well,
custodians
I think they knew.
they can't just make custody shit better and let it ride. They got to
Yeah.
make it better and make it cost more.
Yeah, I mean that's
It's
welcome to being a
at this
custodies
point,
player.
it's a tradition.
Yeah,
Like,
Let's
be like,
see.
oh, first time.
Dark Angels got a little help. Um, a lot of people were really upset that Lionel Johnson's sweep attack was only 1 damage, so now it's 2 damage. It's pretty cool.
That kind of makes sense.
that slaps.
Ravenwing Black Knight's melee weapons are better.
A lot
Samael a
of
little
melee
bit
weapons.
better. Gene Stealers, oh my god, like their entire fucking column is red. I think from what I've been hearing, they got hit pretty hard. So if you're a GSC main or you really want to see what happened to GSC, you're gonna have to read through that because it's like they take up most of the page. It's all red. Orcs a little bit of help moving the WAD to the command phase. Space Marines in general got a big glow up. Like they have like a whole page and a half of updates that helps them out a lot.
Reavers.
Lots of unit changes, intercessors, reavers, predator annihilators. A lot of the named characters like Lysander, Pharaohs, those guys got an update. The Repulsor Executioner can hold 7 now. Gilliman can use 2 Primarch abilities at the same time. Sternguard got an update to their rules. So yeah, it's a lot, and a lot of it for the good. There was some points costs to go along with that, so
A
Gilliman's
lot of
up.
red
Yeah, well, not I wouldn't say a lot. There's
Eh,
a fair handful.
compared to the rest of the changes overall. It was
See,
a
one,
decent
two,
amount.
three, 4, 5, so 7 units. Not that much. Uh, the one that I'm kind of scratching my head over is heavy intercessors. They did give them 2 damage on their rifles, but they still kind of suck.
And BS3 for the heavy bolter.
Eh, I don't know. I don't know if that warranted a 15 to 30 point increase. Like the characters, I definitely see like Marnius Calgar is a Chad. He slaps. Uriel Ventress was a little undercosted for what he lets your army do. Gilliman going up 60 points, a little ouchy, but he is a lot of utility in one unit. So with the additional changes, I think it's fair. Scouts went up 5, not that big a deal. And Sternguard went up 10. Not too much considering they got a lot better.
I mean, as Rob mentioned before in the pregame show, the AOC stuff seems to be balanced directly against this stuff. But then that brings us back to Wyatt's point of like, why'd you make it affect everyone but Marines too?
Mhm.
I mean,
Yeah,
like,
yeah, and that's kind of like the follow up, right? Is like they got this huge change to Oath of Moment where if you're playing vanilla Marines of any flavor, you get +1 to wound with Oath of Moment on top of the rerolls. And so then it's like, okay, so Gilliman went up 60 points, but he gives you 2 oath targets a turn and CP reduction at the same time now. Like, I'll pay 60 points for that. But
Mm.
did Votan really deserve to get Void Armor nerfed when like they've been barely clinging into like being right about average this entire edition? Like, no, I don't think that's warranted at all.
no,
I can see it.
it's a bit of a mistake. Like, Space Marines they exploded. They got a lot of great stuff. Maybe they don't need AOC the way they used to have it.
Well, they could just be baking it in,
But
trying to future proof it. I don't
but
know.
hopefully they dial it back. They've done that before. We just joked about custodians. Rob, remember that time they changed the points on that fucking -1 hit banner for custodians like 4 times?
I don't even know what it does right now, to be honest with you.
You remember that time? Like, remember that one time Wyatt they changed Robbie G's points like 3 times in a row?
Oh,
They
yeah.
changed him last balance slate.
Like,
He went down.
the motherfuckers' points get changed constantly, dude. Like,
Yeah,
these are good things though. I'm joking, like it's not
it
good,
is.
but that's what's up. You know, we gotta be constantly dialing shit in and paying attention. And
And it's hard. It's hard to hit moving targets, so to speak.
no, the game like these patch notes are for hardcore gamers. You know what I mean? Like, it's not for
Yes.
you know. So that's what's cool about our game compared to other games. Like, so like when you play a video game, you have no choice. You had to play the patch notes. You had to play the patch. Period.
Well, yeah, because yeah,
It's already in. Now that's a good thing and a bad thing, right? Like, it's good because like everyone who's trying to play the patch doesn't have to read the rules. It just is the
Mhm.
patch. Simultaneously, there's some people out there who don't want to play the patch. They just want to play the game they bought. You know?
Yeah, yeah.
I bought this, dude. Don't fucking my game up. So that's what's cool about this kind of stuff. You don't like it doesn't affect anybody, it doesn't affect. So this is dope. I'm excited. I think GW is more than delivered. When we were getting nervous that they weren't, we're like, fuck, ain't nothing happening. This is great news. Now we know what's up and we know how to plan accordingly, and we're getting ready for LVO.
Yeah, we got plenty of time to play test and
Tell me the rules. I want to play them. Let's go.
yeah.
Yep. I mean, it's an exciting time, right? And so overall, I do think what they're doing is really cool, right? I have been a little overly negative in some aspects, and I'm aware of that. So I would rather that we have this cool stuff like Rotmus, because this is kind of returning to
Oh
like
yeah.
War of the Spider and those types of books. We'd be like, oh, tight, like this new
Tight.
attachment for Eldar and CSM. Like, this is fucking cool. So I mean, like, all in all, great, but we are going to level criticism where we feel that it's due. And I think the 2 biggest ones is some of the stuff from the balance data slate was really off, like, and the Grotmus stuff, there's definitely some disparity. Like, we kind of expect some of this stuff to happen, but we wish
Mm-hmm.
it didn't happen. Like, man, it just doesn't feel good when you're like this huge mega event resetting the game at the start of the new year. It's the Wild West again. Everybody gets all this fun stuff, unless you're one of the 10, 12 factions whose Grotmas Day gift was a fucking lump of coal, where Necrons just get to go fucking beast mode for no reason. Like, I think it's also part of like it is like an emotional response because Necrons have been good this entire edition. Like, barely
Yeah.
challenged, right? Like, even their like troughs of the balance, like where they're kind of at a low point, they were always one of the like A tier plus armies this
Mm-hmm.
entire time. And it's like, man, why are they still getting all this good shit? Like when the detachment that, whatever your faction is, oh man, I got the Death Guard faction. It's not even as good as the Index one.
Said we got one more podcast this year.
Yeah.
Then we're gonna see everyone at LVO. We got lots of people in chat talking up right now, talking to Storm. Hope to see you guys
Happy
soon.
New Year's.
Can't wait. Let's get back to scheming. Our favorite part of the hobby.
Scheming and hobbying.
Let me kick it over to Wyatt. Take us out of here.
Rob?
So that's it for this one, y'all. Thanks for watching. Make sure to head on over to thelongwar.net for exclusive content, early access videos, and more. Become a veteran of the Long War today.